Something massive is coming, and the entire tech world feels it. A quiet shift is forming, but its impact won't be quiet. Everyone thinks they understand AI, yet everything is about to change. This isn't another update. It's a complete strategic transformation. A new super platform is emerging with unstoppable momentum today, and the industry is bracing for disruption like never before. The signals were subtle at first, but now undeniable. A single unified system could redefine productivity for millions instantly. Engineers whisper about it. Enterprises prepare silently behind curtains. Something bigger than a chatbot or a coding engine is rising. A system built to replace scattered tools with one intelligent core. Users won't just interact. They'll operate entire workflows automatically, and this shift could break the limits companies rely on. The race is heating rapidly, and pressure is intense. Every competitor feels the shake before the announcement arrives. The ecosystem is tightening, forcing bold moves without delay. Companies may survive, but only if they pivot aggressively, because this new direction changes every previous AI assumption entirely. A unified AI hub is forming, merging capabilities into one. It integrates communication, reasoning, coding, and online intelligence seamlessly. The lines between browsing, creating, and automating begin dissolving quickly, and the idea of one app for everything feels real. Early insiders describe it as a leap, not iteration. Teams are doubling, pipelines expanding, and pressure skyrocketing internally. Expansion isn't optional anymore. It's required for survival now. Competition from all sides accelerates innovations at dangerous speed. Rivals push harder, sensing a power shift already underway. Everyone wants the crown, but only one leads decisively. Industry veterans see patterns repeating from past tech revolutions. This moment feels identical to dawn before disruption global shifts. And once momentum starts, reversing it becomes nearly impossible. Internal documents hint at massive coordination behind the scenes. Departments merge, teams restructure, and priorities radically shift. This isn't reaction. It's a long-planned strategic redirection. And the world will understand once the full picture appears. The idea: make intelligence accessible exactly like electricity worldwide. Not limited, not restricted, but woven into daily operations. If successful, the entire tech landscape bends around this move. That's why tension is rising across the industry rapidly. Competitors scramble, hoping to launch before losing relevance entirely. But speed alone won't win. Architecture and vision matter more. And this new direction carries a vision few anticipated early. The core concept is simple: unify everything intelligently, but achieving that requires extraordinary scaling and precision engineering. Teams expand rapidly to meet unprecedented development pressure today. The workforce nearly doubles, signaling undeniable strategic urgency. This expansion alone shows the scale of ambition unfolding. But ambition without execution means nothing in this battlefield. That's why every decision now feels sharper and deliberate. Leaks suggest deeper features still hidden from public view, and insiders say these features will shock early adopters. Automation will reach levels previously considered impossible by experts. Entire workflows may run independently with minimal human prompting. Businesses will rely on one intelligent system for everything. Creativity, research, communication, and coding merge under one umbrella. This centralization creates power, efficiency, and dependence simultaneously. And dependence becomes the ultimate strategic advantage long-term. You're not just using a tool, you're entering an ecosystem. A system designed to outperform isolated apps instantly and consistently. This is why discussions about disruption grow louder every week. Analysts warn that industries ignoring this shift risk collapse. because early adopters gain exponential advantages nobody can easily match. The gap widens fast once automation becomes frictionless and universal, and this moment marks the beginning of that widening gap. The transformation has started, and the world isn't prepared yet. To understand this shift, we must examine the pressure building underneath. Competition isn't just increasing, it's aggressively reshaping the entire battleground. Rivals are deploying rapid updates that challenge every established advantage today. Companies like Anthropic quietly push boundaries with remarkable discipline. Meanwhile, Google treats this moment like an internal code-red emergency. Their teams work around the clock, fearing a massive technological displacement. Every new breakthrough triggers another escalation from competing labs. This is no longer innovation. This is pure survival mode. The smallest delay can cost billions in future market dominance. Engineers understand the stakes and push harder than ever before. And pressure like this forces companies into bold strategic decisions. Decisions that permanently alter roadmaps, budgets, and long-term visions. Because once the race starts, hesitation becomes a fatal mistake. OpenAI senses competition tightening, pushing them toward bolder plans. Their upcoming SuperApp isn't a feature, it's a statement. It tells competitors they're ready for a full-scale battle. But building a unified platform requires immense internal coordination everywhere. Teams from browsing, coding, reasoning, and enterprise must align perfectly. Any misalignment could break the entire ecosystem immediately. That's why leadership accelerates restructuring across multiple departments quickly. Roles shift, priorities tighten, and timelines shrink aggressively overnight. The company expands its workforce to handle rising complexity. Thousands of new employees prepare to support this transformation. And scaling this fast signals a serious long-term commitment. This isn't a short-term experiment. It's a foundational evolution. Expansion allows new branches to focus entirely on enterprise adoption, because enterprise is where the real competition will unfold. Large companies demand reliability, privacy, and mission-critical infrastructure. And whoever wins enterprise wins the long-term AI dominance war. That's why OpenAI shifts focus from casual users to corporations. Corporations need more than creativity. They require dependable intelligence flows. They want automation, speed, accuracy, and stable reasoning at scale. And a unified SuperApp promises exactly that on day one. But competitors won't let this move go unanswered easily. Anthropic's disciplined models threaten OpenAI's reasoning supremacy directly. Google's multimodal capabilities challenge browsing and search integration heavily. This combined pressure forces OpenAI to rethink every strategy quickly. That's where the concept of AI as a utility appears. A system functioning like electricity, available, reliable, universal, invisible. Not a gadget, not an app, but necessary infrastructure. The future depends on intelligence powering every digital operation automatically. Businesses embrace this concept because efficiency becomes non-negotiable here. And once intelligence becomes infrastructure, the market shifts permanently. Entire industries realign around automation-driven competition. Efficiency becomes the currency separating leaders from fading companies. Enterprises using unified AI outperform traditional setups extremely quickly. Productivity skyrockets without requiring extra employees or separate tools. And this advantage reshapes hiring, budgets, and business architecture globally. That's why enterprises push heavy pressure on AI companies. They demand safer models, faster execution, and deeper automation capabilities. The SuperApp must satisfy all these demands immediately at launch. Failing at enterprise means losing billions of potential revenue streams. And losing enterprise means handing the entire industry to competitors. This is why OpenAI prepares meticulously for upcoming battles ahead. Their strategic reset removes distractions and strengthens core priorities. No more experimental side ideas slowing development unnecessarily. Every resource must support the main infrastructure vision consistently. And that focus signals a more mature, disciplined action forward. The company knows competition will intensify significantly this year. Rivals won't hold back, and neither will OpenAI anymore. The pressure between these giants fuels rapid technological evolution. Faster updates, stronger models, and deeper integrations become standard. This race won't slow until one ecosystem dominates everything globally, and early signs suggest a dramatic shift is already beginning. The next stage will reveal who truly leads this revolution. But expansion alone doesn't explain the true scale of change. Something deeper is happening behind this sudden strategic acceleration. Internal teams know they're entering a completely different operational phase. A phase where intelligence becomes the backbone of every workflow. And this shift requires enormous structural adjustments across the company. Hiring more engineers strengthens core infrastructure for upcoming breakthroughs. New research divisions prepare to handle unprecedented model complexity. Enterprise support teams expand to meet rising global demand. Legal and policy groups prepare for potential regulatory challenges. And product designers refine interfaces for mass adoption worldwide. Every department synchronizes around one unified direction moving forward. That direction centers on building a seamless, all-in-one intelligent system, not multiple apps, not fragmented tools, but one powerful hub, a single entry point replacing countless outdated platforms instantly. This unified vision requires extraordinary internal coordination and discipline, because combining browsing, coding, analysis, and automation isn't simple. Each component must communicate flawlessly without friction or delay, and failure in one area collapses the entire ecosystem quickly. That's why the company focuses aggressively on architecture robustness. The system must handle millions of daily queries effortlessly. It must reason deeply while maintaining high-speed performance always. It must browse intelligently, summarize accurately, and automate reliably. And it must support enterprise-level privacy without compromising flexibility. Meeting all these requirements demands intense engineering innovation. That's why teams adopt new workflows designed for extreme scale. Faster pipelines allow updates to ship at lightning speed. More review layers ensure stability despite rapid iteration cycles. And cross-department collaboration becomes the default working culture. But even with expansion, challenges continue growing rapidly each month. Integrating coding intelligence introduces new security concerns immediately. Integrating browsing requires advanced filtering and safe navigation systems. Integrating reasoning demands massive compute resources and efficient scheduling. All of this pushes infrastructure limits harder than ever before. But the company keeps moving faster because stakes are enormous. Whoever builds the first complete intelligent ecosystem wins everything. Users naturally stick to systems offering full end-to-end workflows. They won't juggle 3 tools when one solves everything effortlessly. And once they commit to one ecosystem, switching becomes rare. That's the hidden long-term advantage behind this strategic reset. Loyalty grows when workflow automation becomes deeply personalized. The system learns preferences, patterns, habits, goals, and styles. It understands context better each time a user engages. Eventually, workflows feel like extensions of personal thinking. This creates emotional attachment, not just functional convenience. And emotional attachment builds long-lasting ecosystem dominance. That's why the new SuperApp strategy prioritizes user-centered intelligence. The system acts like a partner rather than a digital tool. It anticipates needs instead of waiting for instructions. It handles tasks that once required separate applications entirely. And it reduces friction until workflows feel almost invisible. This is the true meaning behind intelligence becoming a utility. Electricity once transformed industries by making energy universally accessible. Now, intelligence aims to transform industries similarly through automation. Every business, creator, researcher, and worker becomes more capable instantly. Productivity increases without adding extra cost or additional effort. Mistakes decrease because reasoning systems catch problems beforehand. Speed increases because intelligent automation eliminates unnecessary delays. This transformation impacts every sector from creative work to engineering. Entire job roles evolve to include intelligent system collaboration, and new opportunities emerge for those who adapt quickly. But those resisting change may fall behind extremely fast, because the gap between manual workflows and automated ones grows exponentially. Early adopters gain competitive advantages no traditional system can match. And these advantages accelerate once intelligence merges into single platforms. The stage is set for a dramatic final shift ahead. Workers evolve into supervisors of automated processes instead. Companies restructure departments around AI-driven efficiency models. And industries that resist automation risk rapid and irreversible decline. Early adopters already experience the first wave of transformation today. Their operations move faster, smoother, and with fewer mistakes. The gap between automated organizations and traditional ones keeps widening, and that widening gap will determine future market leaders. Because in the next decade, intelligence becomes foundational infrastructure, not optional, not supplementary, but absolutely essential for success. The UltraApp marks the first step toward that infrastructure vision, a unified system designed to replace fragmented digital workflows entirely. And once launched, competitors must respond or risk losing everything. The race shifts from building isolated tools to constructing full ecosystems. Ecosystems that understand users deeply and support complete workflows automatically. This changes the competitive landscape in ways nobody predicted earlier. Speed becomes less important than ecosystem intelligence and integration. And integration determines which platform becomes the global standard. The world stands at the doorstep of this transformation right now. Some feel excited, others anxious, but change is inevitable. Intelligent systems will shape how governments operate and businesses function. They'll reshape schools, hospitals, creative studios, and engineering teams. They'll become the invisible infrastructure powering daily digital life. And once embraced, returning to old workflows becomes impossible. This is more than an update. It's a redefinition of everything. A future where intelligence doesn't assist us, it works alongside us. And the revolution begins the moment the UltraApp finally arrives.